The experienced pros want to help you get your business right. And now, back to Eric and Angel on the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Welcome back to the Experienced Pros Radio Show, the most positive business talk show in America. Very nice to have you tuned in. Everybody has to sell.
They have to, but nobody wants to. It kind of, brings all this fear. Their knees start quaking. They're nervous about it. They feel like I've got to have every word and every answer that the customer might ask all solved for. I mean, we get all in our headspace over this whole idea of selling. And we know that many of our listeners, if you're not selling, you're out of a job, you're out of business pretty darn quickly. So we brought in a world-class sales training guru. How would you like to be named a guru for what you do
I
best?
I want to be a guru in anything.
I know. Well, a master sales trainer who's led tens of thousands of sales professionals worldwide, and you have him right here for a few minutes. Eric Lofholm, welcome to the Experienced Pros Radio Show.
Hey, thanks so much for the invite. I'm excited to be here with you guys.
Eric, very nice to have you along with us. Let's start off with why are people so uncomfortable in selling?
Well, there's a stigma in our culture to sales. I mean, you were speaking to it as you were introducing me. People just have a fear around it, and our culture programs us that it's negative. And people have a huge heart. They want to go out and make a difference in the lives of others, and they've been trained that selling is a negative thing.
But they don't have any problem collecting the proceeds of the sale.
Yeah, that's true, but there's that whole mindset of asking for the order, the whole stigma to selling, and it's something that people, if they really want to achieve at their highest level financially, they really need to break through that.
All right, so Eric, I think that for the most part, we're all in a job where we are passionate about what we do, passionate about who we serve, and we know that what we provide adds value and benefit to our customers. So why can't we get past that discomfort of, do we need to change the name of it?
Things only have the meaning that we give them. And so if you create a negative association to selling, we create value for other people. We want to make a difference in the lives of others. But as long as somebody has a belief that selling is a negative thing, they're going to resist it. So it requires a paradigm shift. We have to look at it in a different way. And it begins with realizing selling is simply a style of communication that increases the likelihood that the other person says yes. So if you want to get more yeses in your life, then you want to learn selling, and yes, it is a learned skill.
Oh, okay.
I like that selling is a means of communication, getting other people to say yes.
I like this. So, Eric, let me ask you this, because, I saw something on Facebook today. I'm trying to recall it verbatim, and I won't be able to do it accurately. But the gist of it was that a close is not an event; it's a series of interactions. And I think that it's easy for people to come up and say, here's the benefit, here's the value, here's the benefit, here's the value. But when it gets to that close, we start to sweat, our palms get wet, everything starts going haywire for us, when in fact it's not an event, so do you want to buy? Instead, it should be an ongoing series of interactions. Do you agree with that? And if not, or if so, how do we do it?
Yeah, so the close is the natural conclusion to a well-delivered presentation. And you're right, it is a series of events that lead up to the close, and it's kind of like baking a cake. There's a series of ingredients. There's a sequence to how you mix the ingredients together. There's a timing to it, and the sales presentation mirrors that. So it's learning about what are the steps, and the good news is anybody can learn the steps if they're professionally trained. What order do the steps go in? And then practicing those steps, and the final step at the end, asking for the order where the money happens, is the close. But you really have to do the heavy lifting in the body of the presentation.
All right, so Eric, has selling changed a lot? I mean, we've been selling since the dawn of time of the economy. Have things shifted very much recently?
It's a great question, and I don't think sales fundamentally has changed. What's changed is the integration of technology into the sales process. And so you've got, in my business, for example, instead of doing live seminars, in addition to that, we do webinars, or I have an e-magazine, or we're doing virtual training, and so pay-per-click ads on Facebook or Google. So what's fundamentally changed is the integration of technology into the sales process.
Well, all right. I see that as well.
Well, and our consumers are far more educated. I think sometimes we're nervous because they might know more about what we're selling than we do sometimes. Do you find that?
Yeah, I mean, people are far more educated. I mean, anybody can go on the internet now and do Google search. Take the real estate industry. In the old days, just to get access to the properties that were available, you had to go through a real estate agent. Now any of us can go on the internet. We can see all the properties that are available. You take the car industry, the amount of research that can be done in advance. And then the internet keeps companies honest, because if companies are being dishonest, it's so easy to slam somebody online now. So it's really changed the game, and it's empowered the consumer.
Eric, are there any tips that you want to share with our audience today when it comes to selling?
Well, I think it starts with mindset. That was our initial thing that we were bringing up, and being open to looking at sales in a totally different way. One closing tip: I'm a big believer in figuring out what you're going to say in the close, how you're going to ask for the order, and then practicing that by yourself, role-playing it. So when you deliver it live to a prospect, you're not practicing on your prospect. You have it down, which is going to give you increased confidence. Years ago, I worked for Tony Robbins, and he teaches when two people meet, the person that's the most certain will almost always influence the other person.
Right.
So we want to have certainty in our body when we're delivering our presentation, and that comes from practice and role play.
Boy, I agree with that 100%. You've got an event coming out here to the Denver Tech Center on July 31st. What's going on there?
Yeah, we're doing a free event for the community. So I'm going to be flying out one time to the Denver area this year. Instead of charging $297 for the 3 hours of professional sales training, we're doing it totally free. So this is great for anybody in business, sales, coaches, consultants, realtors, network marketers, anybody that wants to learn how to be professionally trained in sales for free. Come out and join us on July 31st. We're doing a half-day event from 9 to noon.
Fantastic.
What is the best way for people to get involved and get more information about that, Eric?
Two ways to do it. You can go to our main website, which is saleschampion.com. You can download my app for free in the App Store. Just do a search under Eric Lofholm. Or you can call my office at 888-81-SALES, 888-81-SALES, and you can register for free. You can bring your entire sales team. It's going to be an amazing event.
I love it. All right, Eric, thanks so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
All right, thanks so much.
You betcha. Folks, don't go anywhere when we come back. Business tips and insights on the Experience Pros Radio Network.